Yuna walked up to them and looked at Wubin. Before they could say anything, she asked him if it was true that he was moving to Norway. Wubin hesitated for a moment before confirming that he was, explaining that he had planned to tell her and explain everything. Yuna stood there, on the verge of tears, and questioned what would happen to their relationship. She reminded him that despite knowing he was leaving, he had still promised to be there for her birthday. Wubin immediately stood up and tried to take her hands, but Yuna moved away. Looking at him, she asked if he didn't care about her enough and if that was the reason he was trying to distance himself. She brought up his broken promises, how he had said they would make their relationship public, which now seemed unlikely. She also questioned why he had written a heartfelt letter confessing his feelings if he wasn't truly committed. Sonjin, trying to defend Wubin, stood up as well. He urged Yuna to understand where Wubin was coming from and said she was misunderstanding the situation. According to Sonjin, Wubin needed time away to sort through his emotions and become a better partner for her. Wubin interrupted, assuring Sonjin that he would handle the situation himself, prompting Sonjin to excuse himself and give them space. Wubin stepped closer and gently wiped away Yuna's tears. He explained that leaving was the only way he could heal and that it had nothing to do with a lack of feelings for her. He said he wanted his emotions to be fully committed to her, and that was why he needed time away. Still looking at him, Yuna brought up their promise to go public and his birthday commitment, both of which he had broken. When he stayed silent, unsure how to respond, Yuna ran off in tears. Wubin stood there, filled with regret, realizing he had mishandled the situation. He should have talked to her earlier and explained everything before it escalated. Moments later, he rushed out after her and found her speaking to her ex, who was comforting her. Seeing another guy touch her shattered him. Without thinking, he rushed over and removed the guy's hand from her, demanding that he stay away from his girlfriend. The ex, unfazed, responded that since Yuna had been with Wubin, she had been sad and withdrawn. He claimed he had always treated her well and kept her happy. He questioned why Wubin had pursued her in the first place if he wasn't ready to treat her right. Wubin replied that it was a private matter between him and Yuna and that he didn't need to get involved. Turning to Yuna, he asked her to go somewhere with him so they could talk properly and clear up the misunderstanding. Yuna asked again if he was still planning to go to Norway. When he didn't answer immediately, she pressed him for a clear response. Wubin eventually admitted that he was doing it for her as well, explaining that he couldn't be with her while still holding unresolved feelings for someone else. He said that staying would only hurt them both in the long run. Yuna, hurt, concluded that since his decision was final, they should end things. She said she had done everything to show how much she cared for him, but he didn't seem to consider her feelings. Turning to her ex, she asked him to take her home. They got into the car and drove away, leaving Wubin behind, overwhelmed with confusion and heartache. He wished he could stay and make things work with Yuna, but he knew he couldn't offer her his whole heart, while part of it still lingered on someone else. The only way forward was to leave everything behind. Frustrated, he walked back into the bar,